Did you know that the key to a sharper mind, a more resilient memory, and a spirit that feels truly alive after 60 isn't found in a complex puzzle or a demanding new hobby? It isn't about fighting against the years. It's about something far more gentle, more intuitive. It's about how you say goodnight to your day. Every single night, as you close your eyes, your brain begins one of the most important journeys of its life. The journey of healing. It's a silent, microscopic cleanup crew working to sweep away toxins, file away precious memories, and recharge the very circuits of your thoughts. But here's a truth that often gets lost in the noise of modern health advice. If you rush into sleep, if you don't prepare the vessel, your brain can't perform its sacred duty. That gentle, fleeting moment of forgetting where you put your keys? Over time, without the right nightly care, it can slowly weave itself into a thicker fog. A leading neurologist from Stanford University recently said something profound. Sleep is not an off switch. It's the ultimate performance-enhancing state. That single idea reframes everything, doesn't it? Aging is a privilege. But the dimming of your inner light, the fading of your sharpest thoughts, the loss of your vibrant energy, that is not a mandatory part of the journey. It's often the quiet, cumulative result of nightly neglect. A neglect we can gently, lovingly, and effectively reverse. So in this video, I want to be your guide. We'll walk through 5 profound yet simple bedtime rituals. These aren't demanding chores. They are acts of self-respect, grounded in solid neuroscience and timeless wisdom. They are the secrets to helping you sleep not just longer, but with a quality that truly restores your mind. By the time our journey is over, you'll see with crystal clarity why brain fog is so common in our senior years, and how one small, intentional shift tonight can set you on a path to waking up brighter tomorrow. If any part of our journey today touches your heart, please share your thoughts in a comment below. I cherish the chance to read them. And to continue filling your days with warm, practical wisdom, do consider subscribing to our channel, Young at Heart. It helps our community grow, and we have so much more to share with you. All right, let's begin where the healing starts. Not in the pharmacy, but right in the heart of your home, your kitchen. Habit 1. The nourishing whisper. There's a common myth that to be healthy, you must go to bed on an empty stomach. We've been told for years to avoid late-night eating. But for a brain over 60, this advice can be quietly destructive. As we mature, our body's ability to regulate blood sugar, or glucose, becomes less efficient. When you fast for 8 to 10 hours overnight, your glucose levels can dip too low. Your brain, which is the most energy-hungry organ in your body, panics. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to force the release of stored energy. A 2021 study in the journal Sleep found a direct link between these nocturnal cortisol spikes and fragmented sleep, which directly impairs memory consolidation. In simple terms, sending your brain to bed hungry is like sending a librarian to organize an entire library in the dark. With the fire alarm blaring, nothing gets filed correctly. Let me tell you about a woman named Eleanor, a 72-year-old retired musician. She was fiercely independent but was becoming distressed by her waning memory. She followed the no food after 7 p.m. rule religiously, yet she'd wake up feeling anxious and mentally scattered. Her naturopathic doctor suggested a radical idea: a small, brain-calming snack an hour before bed. Not a slice of cake or a bowl of ice cream. Something specific. A small bowl of Greek yogurt with a few walnuts. Why this combination? Walnuts are rich in omega-3s, which are literal building blocks for brain cells. The yogurt provides slow-release protein and, crucially, tryptophan, an amino acid that is a precursor to serotonin and melatonin, the calm and sleepy hormones. Within 3 weeks, Eleanor said her world changed. She was sleeping through the night and woke up feeling, in her words, like the static had finally cleared. So, what can you do tonight? Think of it as a nourishing whisper to your brain. About an hour before you plan to sleep, prepare a small, warm, and gentle snack. A handful of almonds, a small banana with a spoonful of almond butter, or a warm mug of chamomile tea with a touch of honey and a splash of milk. Avoid high sugar and heavy fats. The goal is stability. It's a quiet message that says, you are safe, you have enough fuel, you can now rest and repair. Once your brain is nourished, the next step is to calm the storm within. And for that, we turn to the most powerful, yet overlooked tool we all possess. Habit 2. The 4-7-8 rhythm of peace. Most of us go through our entire lives never truly thinking about our breath. It's just there. But the rhythm of your breath is a language, and your nervous system is listening to every word. Throughout our day, we accumulate stress. It might be from a frustrating phone call, a worry about our children, or just the constant hum of the news. This stress keeps us in a state of sympathetic nervous system dominance, the fight or flight mode. In this state, your breathing is shallow, your heart rate is elevated, and your mind is on high alert. You cannot heal when you are on high alert. For the brain's nightly cleanup crew to come out, it needs a signal that the battle is over. It needs the parasympathetic or rest and digest state to take over. And the fastest, most direct way to flip that switch is through conscious breathing. A fascinating 2019 study published in Frontiers in Psychology looked at various breathing techniques. They found that techniques emphasizing a longer exhale were most effective at increasing heart rate variability, HRV. A high HRV is a sign of a relaxed, resilient nervous system, and it's a powerful predictor of deep, restorative sleep. I taught a technique called the 4-7-8 breath to a retired firefighter named George, who was 79. He was a hero, but he carried the stress of his career in his body. He'd fall asleep from sheer exhaustion, but wake up a few hours later, his mind racing. I asked him to try this, just for 5 minutes before sleep. Sit or lie down comfortably. Place a hand on your belly. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a gentle whoosh sound. Close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth, making that whoosh sound for a count of 8. That's 1 breath. He was skeptical, but 2 weeks later, he told me, for the first time in years, my mind feels quiet at night. It's like I'm finally telling my body that the fire is out. So tonight, after your nourishing snack, find a quiet spot. Practice just 5 cycles of the 4-7-8 breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. Feel the gentle hold. And on that long 8-second exhale, imagine you are releasing the entire weight of the day. You are speaking the language of calm directly to your brain. And as your inner world begins to quiet, it's time to make your outer world match. Habit 3. Curating a sanctuary of slumber. You can eat the perfect snack and breathe the perfect rhythm. But if your bedroom is screaming daytime, your brain will refuse to sleep deeply. Your environment is not just a backdrop. It's an active participant in your brain's health. The brain's sleep-wake cycle, our circadian rhythm, is profoundly influenced by external cues, especially light. In our modern world, we are surrounded by what scientists call blue light. The kind emitted from our phones, tablets, TVs, and even bright, energy-efficient light bulbs. Here's a stunning fact from the National Institute on Aging. Exposure to just 1 hour of bright blue light in the evening can suppress the production of your sleep hormone, melatonin, by over 30%. For older adults whose melatonin production is already naturally declining, this is a recipe for disaster. It's like trying to put a baby to sleep in the middle of a brightly lit supermarket. But it's not just light. It's also sound and temperature. The ideal temperature for sleep is surprisingly cool, around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. A room that's too warm can prevent your body from dropping its core temperature, a key step in initiating sleep. Let me tell you about Maria, a 68-year-old grandmother who loved connecting with her family on her tablet every evening. She complained of tired but wired nights. Her bedroom was warm, her tablet was bright, and the TV was often left on in the living room. We worked on a sleep sanctuary plan, the electronic sundown. 1 hour before bed, all screens go off. No exceptions. She replaced scrolling with reading a physical book under a soft, warm-hued lamp. The temperature drop. She started turning her thermostat down by a few degrees an hour before bed. The sound of silence. She closed her bedroom door and on noisy nights used a simple white noise machine to mask disruptive sounds. The result? She called it her miracle. Her sleep tracker showed a significant increase in her deep sleep percentage. She told me, "I never realized I was telling my brain it was daytime, right up until the moment I wanted it to sleep." Tonight, curate your sanctuary. Dim the lights, cool the room, put your phone to bed in another room entirely. Let your bedroom become a cave of peace, a signal to every cell in your body that it is time to heal. Now that your body is nourished, your breath is calm, and your space is serene, there's one more layer of peace to add. And this one comes from the heart. Habit 4. The 3 Good Things Journal. In our lives, it's easy for our minds to become Velcro for the negative and Teflon for the positive. We can spend hours ruminating on a single critical comment, but let a dozen compliments slide right off. As we get older, worries about health, finances, and the future can become a loud looping soundtrack in our minds, especially at night. But what if you could change the soundtrack? This is the power of a gratitude practice. And it's not just a nice idea. It's potent brain science. A landmark study led by Dr. Morton Seligman at the University of Pennsylvania took a group of adults and gave them a simple nightly task. Before bed, write down 3 things that went well that day and why. After 6 months, the participants reported not only feeling significantly happier and less depressed, but their follow-ups showed these effects lasted. Why? When you actively scan your day for positives, you are literally rewiring your brain. You are strengthening the neural pathways associated with positive emotions. This act releases dopamine and serotonin, neurotransmitters that are crucial for mood, motivation, and, importantly, for transitioning into restful sleep. It counteracts the cortisol from a day of worry. It's like applying a soothing balm to a stressed mind. I remember speaking with a gentleman named Arthur, a retired CEO of 82. He had a sharp, analytical mind, but it had turned against him in retirement, constantly scanning for problems. His nights were filled with anxiety. I gave him a simple, beautiful journal and one instruction. Every night, before you turn out the light, write down 3 good things. It could be the taste of your morning coffee, a call from your grandchild, or the beauty of a cloud you saw. No matter how small. A month later, he showed me his journal. The entries were simple. A warm slice of toast. A bird sang outside my window. My daughter laughed on the phone. He said, "I thought this was silly, but my mind, it's quieter now." It's like I've given the watchdog a new job to look for the good. So tonight, take 5 minutes, find a notebook, and write down 3 good things. Don't judge them, just witness them. You are ending your day not with a list of worries, but with a record of small joys. You are telling your brain that today, despite its challenges, was a day worth living. And with that final, beautiful thought, there's one last element that ties everything together: the master key to long-term brain health. Habit 5. The unbreakable rhythm. Your body, and especially your brain, is a creature of habit. It thrives on predictability. It craves rhythm. More than any single food, exercise, or thought, your brain loves a consistent, reliable beat. This is the power of a consistent sleep-wake cycle. When you go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time each day, even on weekends, you anchor your circadian rhythm. This internal clock governs hundreds of processes in your body, from hormone release to body temperature to, most critically, your cycles of deep sleep and REM sleep. When your bedtime is erratic, 9 p.m. one night, midnight the next, your brain gets confused. It's in a state of perpetual jet lag. A 2018 study in Scientific Reports found that even a 1-hour variance in bedtime from night to night was associated with an increased risk of metabolic issues and lower feelings of well-being. For older adults, this inconsistency can be particularly jarring to cognitive function. Think of your brain's nightly repair. If they know the work shift starts at 10 p.m. every single night, they can be ready and waiting, tools in hand. If they never know when the call will come, they are disorganized and inefficient. The work doesn't get done properly. I spoke with a lovely retired school teacher, Beatrice, who was 76. She loved the freedom of her retirement, which meant her schedule was different every day. She'd stay up late watching a movie one night and go to bed early the next. She was eating well, she was social, but her memory felt like We worked on creating a wind-down rhythm. 9 p.m., electronic sundown, screens off. 9:15 p.m., her small nourishing snack. 9:30 p.m., a warm bath or some gentle stretching. 9:50 p.m., in bed writing in her 3 good things journal. 10 p.m., lights out, practicing her 4-7-8 breathing. She didn't have to be rigid to the minute, but she followed the sequence. She created a powerful chain of cues for her brain. "It's amazing," she told me after a month. "My mornings feel so clear. It's like my brain finally learned when it was time to go to work." So, your final invitation tonight is to build your rhythm. Take these habits and string them together in the same order at roughly the same time. You are not creating a prison. You are composing a lullaby for your brain. So much of the conversation around aging is focused on what we lose. But what if we shifted our focus to what we can preserve, what we can enhance, what we can cherish? Your mind is a living garden. It doesn't need to be overrun by weeds of forgetfulness or brain fog. It simply needs gentle, consistent tending. And as we've seen, that tending doesn't require a fortune or a feat of incredible willpower. It's found in the whisper of a nourishing snack, the deep rhythm of a healing breath, the peace of a silent, dark room, the quiet power of a grateful heart, and the steady, dependable beat of a nightly routine. You don't have to master them all at once. Choose one, just one, to begin with tonight. Be gentle with yourself. Be consistent. And over time, your brain will thank you. It will reward you not with the absence of aging, but with the presence of clarity. The kind of clarity that allows you to not only remember the beautiful stories of your past, but to be fully present, to write the new ones of your future. If this time together has resonated with you, I would be so honored if you shared a thought in the comments. What is one small change you might make tonight? And if you would like more gentle, science-backed guidance for your health journey, please like this video and subscribe to our Young at Heart community. Because taking care of yourself should never feel like a burden. It can be as soft as a whisper and as powerful as the dawn. Sleep well, and know that your mind is not fading. It is simply waiting for your care.